Hey YouTube, you're watching Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, and I am your Friday vlogger, Leanna. So this is my third attempt at making the video, and hopefully I can make it short and sweeter than 13 minutes. So this week's topic is your hardest work through so far on the weight loss surgery journey. What mental, emotional, or physical challenge, struggle, truth, or hidden story have you faced and been forced to work through on your weight loss surgery journey in order to achieve progress you desired/desire? I don't struggle physically. I have pretty much, been physical, I guess, my whole life. I was always that physical fat girl. I don't know. At one point, my husband was doing some kind of workout routine, and I would try to copy it, and he had made the comment of, what did he say? Like, don't take this the wrong way, but for, an overweight person, like, you can move, you move well or whatever. So, I was running at 200 pounds. It just, I went into weight loss surgery not thinking that it was anything physical I needed to work on. I felt that it was just, I needed to work on portion size and food. And I went into, having the lap band done thinking I was never going to eat cupcakes, bread, chips, candy, ever again. And I think that I was unrealistic with what I thought I could actually eat. So, but let me back. So what I have struggled with is mentally. Mentally and emotionally, I have a attachment to food. I love food. I cherish food. I dream food. I think food. I am a foodie at heart, I guess you could say. So what I have realized after weight loss surgery is I cannot tell myself no. I have a really hard time saying no to myself. So with that, I have pretty much kept certain food, certain things at a distance, because if I get it in my mind that I want it, I have a really hard time saying no. So I think a lot of that stems from my childhood. As a child, I remember not being allowed to go into the refrigerator, that my household food was pretty limited. I didn't really have a lot of free choices with food. It was always, here's your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I don't ever remember being able to just go in the cabinets and get anything. And I believe even if I went into the cabinets, I don't believe there was even anything. I was never given those, I don't know how to say it, but those little goodies as a kid you want, like little fruit roll-ups, or chips, or granola bars, or Capri Sun, or those, I guess, junk food. I don't know if junk food is necessarily the right word, but those treats as a child, and so I remember being able to go over to my best friend's house, and she always had the cool food and the latest, greatest whatever, munchy thing. And so as a child, I never had that. So, when I started working and being able to drive myself, I found myself with a whole new freedom of food. I could go through the drive-through. I could get a blended coffee fancy drink, and I think from there is where it all pretty much started, and where I really started to gain weight, and also the fact that I didn't know how to cook. My mom did not cook. My dad cooked, and when he cooked, it was hamburger helper, hot dogs, burritos. Was never really, more than 3 ingredient, meals. So I think that also didn't help my situation. So again, I think becoming, a teenager, an adult, and being able to eat whatever I want, whenever I want, it just created this sense of freedom for me, and empowerment of, being able to eat whatever I wanted, do whatever I wanted, and nobody was going to tell me no. And it was this sense of, I was never able to have this and now I can type of an attitude. So, now that I've realized that I can't have those things, and, or I can, but in very limited amounts, or I will gain weight, is a real big struggle for me. I really struggle, mentally with why couldn't I have been a fat, skinny person, right? Just one of those naturally thin people, and why do I have to be the one that has to work at it, And so I struggle with that sometimes, it bothers me, and I hate that it bothers me, because in all reality, I am healthier. I am fit and healthy, as opposed to just being able to eat whatever I want and be skinny. And so I really struggle with that. So I think my biggest struggle that I have realized since weight loss surgery is the fact that I really have a hard time telling myself no. I really cave into my husband's food desires. When he wants pizza, let's have pizza. When he wants to order Mexican food, let's order Mexican food. So I get really derailed during the weekends when we're together all day long, because I want to cave a lot easier, and so it makes it really tough. And I didn't realize how weak I was with food until after weight loss surgery, and that's been really interesting to me, because I'm such a strong person in every other aspect of my life that it's really sad that I let food control me the way that I do. And I'm still trying to get a hold of it, and I've gotten better at it. I have created a new lifestyle with food. So for the most part, my choices are 98% better than what they used to be. But it's just a matter of creating those new habits. But even with those new habits, you can be a healthy eating fat person too. I mean, so it's everything in moderation, but there's just so many mental things going on up here that I didn't know prior to weight loss surgery. And so one of the biggest things, like I said, I struggle with is telling myself no, realizing that I have these triggers in my mind with the food, and it's okay to say no. It really is. And You know, I have to tell myself sometimes that just because I'm saying no now doesn't mean I'm saying no forever. So, you know, I really have to get into that mindset of, okay, I can say no to ice cream today, but that doesn't mean that I'm saying no, you know, next week. You know, maybe I'm up a pound or two than what I want to be. So this week I need to tell that ice cream no. Maybe next week I'm down to where I approve of a, you know, of a couple extra calories for the day, you know, and so it's really hard to wrap my head around that idea of, like I said, I need it now, and I have to have it because I will never be able to eat it again, you know, and so it, you know, it really amazes me that I still struggle with that, but I do. So, you know, it's something that I come to terms with, and understanding that I do have this issue, you know, helps me work through it. So, at the end of the day, I look at it as I am 3+ years out, and I have not gained all my weight back, and I am maintaining my weight, and I see that as a success. So that's all I got for you guys. I will talk to you next week.